Good morning, everyone. This is Srikant, Rajan, and welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com. Now, what do we say about the market? It is kind of moving awesome, just the way that we expected, isn't it? We had discussed this on the Sunday morning, Sunday evening meeting, and also yesterday morning's podcast. There was no reason for Nifty to actually go further down, and we were expecting a bounce back, and that's exactly what happened. In fact, it was a continuous rise till it came to 18,000, and as soon as 18,000 was broken, we could see a big short covering, and it took it higher. But then, of course, that could not be sustained, and by end of day, but still closed above 18,000. So Nifty is back above 18,000. So the resistance is again broken. So now we have 18,000 as a support. But however, I am not expecting a big rally from here. But of course, there could be consolidated movements. So we could see probably a consolidation in the market for next few days. But one thing is for sure that yesterday the retailers have started pumping in money. In fact, two things is US market and European markets were closed yesterday, and similarly for today, only the European market would open today afternoon, and US market by evening today Indian time. So with both these things, the markets are of course going to consolidate, is what I expect for the day. And we discussed, now the market range is kind of shifting. So probably for this expiry, I'm kind of expecting the market to expire between 17,800 to 18,300. So this is the kind of expectation I am having. Let us see how the market actually behaves. Like I always say, we never predict the market, but just anticipate the market and take our trades along. So of course, market had a big bullish day, so I don't have to talk about it. Almost every sectors except pharma, every other sector was doing really well. Major power came in from the banking sector. SBIN was up 4% yesterday by end of the day. IndusInd Bank was up. The top gainers were SBIN, IndusInd Bank, and Hindalco. So I would say this is either going to sustain. I would say if you don't have fund to invest, it is time you pull out some money by booking some partial profit booking in your stocks. But if you have funds, just continue, wait for the next fall. That is when you actually start investing, isn't it? So that's exactly what we did on Friday. So Friday, we at MPA family actually, invested money into some good stocks. I think one of a few picks were, of course, Reliance, HDFC Bank. So all these SBIN. So we had invested into all these things, and that actually did rise up yesterday. In fact, we also had a small pick into the Sula Wines, and that also kind of rallied yesterday. Yes Bank was another stock in news because which was also up by huge, almost 8%, 9%, right? So that was again huge, a big recovery. So majorly, I would say the entire rise was supported majorly by the banking sector. IT sector is yet to perform big, but then yes, it will come back soon. We have the result season starting next week. Let's see how that performs. But apart from that, for today, like I told you, looking at the SGX Nifty, it's already trading at close to 18,200. That means we could see a small gap up opening today. And one thing that I'd like to highlight is Asian markets are also kind of up except for Hong Kong and China. So they have been, of course, rallying for last few days. So they're taking a rest. Nikkei, Japan is up by more than 1%. So kind of, I would say it's still a mixed market. But then Indian markets are looking positive. So, however, I'm not expecting a big rally today. Like I told you, I'm anticipating a cool down in the market. So let's see how the market actually takes up. And coming to good investment, I think right now SBIN is of course looking tempting. So that would be one stock I say could be actually added as a long-term investment. I'm also closely watching Tata Consumer. So Tata Consumer has been on a slight drop. So I'll be closely watching it, and let's see when and could be a good entry back into it. Of course, I've got some good holding in Tata Consumer and has been sitting with some amazing profit. But then, yes, this is an opportunity where you can actually add up some more in the same. So I'm also looking at Titan as another favorite of mine. So that's something that we already added on Friday. So that also would see some major recovery. I'm also closely watching Tata LXI. LXI that is kind of is consolidating at around 6,000 range. So if it all starts picking up, that also would be a good pick. So these are some stocks I'm tracking as of now. Let's see how it can help us. So that's it for today. It's early morning podcast because it's a Tuesday. So we'll have a detailed podcast tomorrow morning. So let's see how the market. I'm expecting consolidate. The important levels for today, I would say 18,000 on the lower side is again important. We should act like a support right now. And on the higher side, 18,200 would be a major resistance. So let's see if the market can actually take care of that. So with that, this is Srikant signing off until we catch up on the next podcast. But before you leave, do remember to press the like button, and that would help motivate us. And of course, share the podcast with your friends and relatives to help them learn and invest together with us. And if you're not a part of the MPA community yet, immediately go down to the website mentioned in the scroll and be a part of the community free of cost and start trading and investing with us. With that, this is Srikant signing off, wishing you a great day ahead. Goodbye.